for 15 years. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that. Like, it looks cool, but I don't think I could play it for 15 years. I could play Neophyte for 15 years, or Catbait for 15 years. They're small, they're easy to pick up and put down whenever I want. I feel like I accidentally found out that I'm an indie game junkie and that I'm a pixel art enjoyer. I spent so much time, so much of my adult life, even my child life, playing AAA fighting games, right? Playing the Marvel vs. Capcoms of the world, specifically when it comes to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I actually really like that game. I know most people don't. Playing the Soul Caliburs, the Tekkens, the Virtual Fighters, Dead or Alive, Street Fighters. Never really been a super big fan of Street Fighter, but we'll mention it anyway. These pretty decent sized production value games that are, you know, system sellers, box art, cover fronts of marquees for arcades. I should really say marquees for arcades, because truly, fighting games have always been an arcade-focused genre up until we don't have arcades anymore. I spent so much of my life playing mostly fighting games and card games that I didn't think about what else I like. I never really looked at art styles as a detractor or as an eye candy, a piece of eye candy, or appealing to me, right? I've never thought about, oh yes, this game has pixel art, I like that, or ooh, this game is low poly 3D, I like that. But as I played more video games, as I stepped away from fighting games, because I haven't really been playing much fighting games outside of going to locals. Someone asks me to play, I'll play. If someone doesn't ask me to play, I'll just sit there and do nothing and just vibe with everyone, because that's really what I'm there for. But playing video games with your friends is fun. So fighting games with friends will always be fun, regardless of how modern fighting games kind of irk me. I digress. I think moving away from fighting games has done so much for allowing me, as a 29-year-old, to finally discover what I do and don't like in video games. I didn't know I liked roguelikes. Outside of a game like Smash, what was it called? Smash TV? The old top-down arena shooter, like arena isometric shooter where you went through rooms and you got power-ups and it was just like survive as long as you can, wave-based combat, basically, which is a roguelike, not a roguelite. I never would have really thought about a lot of games that I play now being appealing to me. I found out I liked games like Lost Castle 2, Lost Castle 1, which I've already played. I still haven't beaten Lost Castle 1, but I've beaten Lost Castle 2, like I'm fully maxed out. I haven't played the greats like The Binding of Isaac or Hades, but I do intend to pick them up at some point because they also look appealing. Into the Gungeon, Neophyte, Catbait, Vampire Survivors like games, because that's basically what Neophyte and Catbait are. I don't like Vampire Survivors art style, so I'm not going to touch it, but Catbait and Neophyte, you know, give me that same premise, so it's okay. Even a beat 'em up brawler in Double Dragon Gaiden, which has rogue-like elements. Per run, you upgrade your character and make them a super boss, so that when you fight the bosses, you just beat their ass instead of actually having to think or be good at the video game. That's what I do. I get the rocket launcher really strong with Marin, and I just shoot the rocket launcher at them over and over. Anyways, all of these infinitely replayable games that I never would have thought of, because I was so busy worrying about the infinite replayability in fighting games, the infinite replayability in card games that have good formats or good progression systems when it comes to the digital card games, or even some shooting games and mostly battle royales that have decent battle passes that keep you hooked. Those are the kind of games that for a long time, that's all I played, right? I had my Call of Duty and my Madden, but it wasn't Call of Duty and Madden. It was Street Fighter and Fortnite, right? That was my Call of Duty and Madden. And when I put those games down, it opened up a giant world of gaming to me, especially when it comes to indie games that I would have never thought of. I can show you guys a few. I have my little handheld open. Thank goodness, right? I have my handheld open. I can go to installed. I have 30 games. Oh, I have 20 games installed. You guys can see that, right? Cool. I could also go just show you guys my Steam library, but I don't have them all installed, right? So if you look here, we've got Horizon Chase Turbo. I could even probably look at my most played games. A game like Horizon Chase Turbo, which is basically a low poly 3D arcade racer, right? Very old school, very fast paced chiptune music. Beautiful low poly artwork, nice tracks, a lot of cars, good unlockables, infinite replayability, and even local split screen, right? And that's a game that I've been enjoying the shit out of. I've been playing it a whole lot. We look at a game like Lost Castle 2, roguelike, beat 'em up 2D roguelike, which is really cool. And then Gunfire Reborn as well as another roguelike. Once again, if we move over, Neophyte, also another roguelike. Vampire Survivors like is what some people would call it, right? You move around the map, hordes of enemies, you kill the hordes of enemies, boss spawns, you kill the boss, you move on to the next area. And there's 3 areas in the game, 3 characters so far. And it's a blast. I've been playing a whole hell of a lot of it. This game, I only downloaded it like last week or the week before. I have 19 fucking hours in this game. Can you guys see that? I have 19 fucking hours in it. I can't put it down. It's such a blast. If we look at Horizon Chase Turbo, 17 hours in Horizon Chase Turbo. Right? These are rookie numbers. If I showed someone these numbers for the kinds of games that I'm playing now compared to what I played before, they'd say that they're rookie numbers and, oh, you just barely got into roguelikes and into indie games. You're a baby. Look at Bot Vice, right? Only 38 minutes in it so far. But this is like a really fast-paced arcade shooter, kind of, right? It kind of reminds me of Asteroids, but you're a girl with a gun. You like have cover that you sit behind, almost Gears like. You have a good collection of guns, and you want to finish a level as fast as possible, and you have a bunch of bosses to fight. Bot Vice is really, really cool, right? All of these games I would have never looked at if I hadn't moved away from fighting games. It wouldn't have been on my radar if I hadn't put down Fortnite and didn't play it as much. I do also have Fortnite on this thing, so don't let me fool you. I have a few fighting games on here, and I have Fortnite on here. I have DNF Duel, I have Soul Calibur 6, and if I had enough space, I would probably see if Street Fighter 6 would run, but I doubt it without potato mods, right? I still have Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 on my computer. I just play them so infrequently. What I'm getting at here, because it's been a long, drawn-out rant. I talked about some of the games I play, and I kind of want to do like a full video of like what I'm playing and why I'm playing it in the format I am, because a lot of games I only play on here, really, or mostly play on here, and then a lot of games I only play on my computer. And I kind of just want to go through the list of games that I've been enjoying the most, maybe like the top 20, right? 10 here, 10 on my computer. What I'm getting at is, if you have a Call of Duty and you have a Madden, or you have a Call of Duty, you have a 2K, they don't actually have to be those games, but think of those games. Think of what I mean by that, okay? Or say you have an Elden Ring, or a World of Warcraft, or a RuneScape, or a No Man's Sky, and I don't know, a Forza Horizon 5. You have your 2 or 3 main games that you think about and you play all the time, and you don't expand your reach when it comes to gaming. I want you to put them down for a month. I think if you put them down for a month and you branch out and try to find other games you'll enjoy, it'll actually do a lot to teach you truly if those are the only games you've ever kind of enjoyed, or the only ever kinds of games you've enjoyed, or if you've just been so pigeonholed into the idea that those are the only games that you enjoy that you never really had time or a chance to look at other games. It's a neat concept. It's an interesting idea. Maybe it doesn't work for everyone. Maybe you are a Call of Duty and a FIFA guy, or a Call of Duty and a 2K guy, or you only play World of Warcraft and Magic the Gathering Arena. Maybe that's all you do, and that's okay. But you can at least say that you tried the experiment for a couple weeks, because it'll make you feel as if you've learned something more about yourself one way or the other. Either you don't like other games and you're barely really a gamer, and you just like your MMOs and your card games, or you just like your Call of Duties and your sports games, or you find out that there's a giant breadth of games out there that you would have never thought of if you hadn't put down your Destiny 2. Tell me how you guys feel about the idea of expanding your gaming horizons, broadening them by putting down the games that you enjoy too much, or are pigeonholed or Stockholm Syndrome stuck onto. Is this a good idea? Did I make a mistake? Should I go back to those games and never think about playing these new games ever again? Should I stop buying new video games? Should I just play the same old things forever? Leave it down in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube eventually, so I can make that dinero on YouTube. That'd be really nice. I would love for all of you to be a part of that. I'm like 2 subscribers away from 800, so it'd be really cool if we could get a few more. Anyways, this has been Beanie Thuggish for the YouTubes, talking about finding new horizons in video games by letting go of old, tired games, signing out and saying peace.